I began as always in the name of Jesus. This video is going to be a review of The Walking Dead Season 4, Episode 6, Live Bait. So, after that, this is just a flashback to, picking up right where we left off after Welcome to the Tubes, where the governor slaughters all his men. We see him, Martinez, and Shumpert just go make a camp where they ambush the National Guard back in his debut episode, Walk With Me, and then a walker comes into the fire, approaches him in the fire, and in the fire, the governor does nothing, and Martinez shoots it, and then he just notes that he never even did anything. So he and Shumpert just decide to leave him fend for himself the next day. So the governor decides to take a truck, smash into smash into Woodbury and burn it with walkers everywhere. Burn it with walkers entering in. So after that, the governor goes surviving the elements, walking for who knows how long, for several months. While doing that, he sees the name of Brian Harriet on a farm door, and then he collapses in front of an apartment, and he sees a little girl and I think something caused him to stand up. Not surprising, considering that that little girl probably reminded him of the one Penny. So, and then he is brought into the apartment complex by two sisters, Tara Chandler, Lily Chandler, who has a little daughter named Megan, and those two girls have a father named David. So we go to the skip to the opening credits, and then we go back, and then the governor gives his little story of how he's been surviving all this time, and that he needs to replace hospitality at least for the night. And then of course they ask him his name, and his name is of course Brian Harriet, because that's the name he saw on the barn door. So it's just like, by the way, some people are just saying during the episode, maybe the governor's really becoming a good guy. I'd say no, he's just probably being manipulative, trying to manipulate the whole family, so that way, maybe, I don't know, who knows, he could fight a new army sometime and just take on the prison again. And by the way, and besides, he's just thinking this may be just his chance to start anew. Maybe he can get with Lily, so that way he could be Lily, so that way he could have a new family with a new little daughter. So anyways, he has some food. He stirs it out a little bit later, and then the next day, and of course he helps out with the family, takes the ailing David, the girl's father, and Megan's grandfather into another room, and then Lily just asks him another thing, to go to a nursing home to get a tank. And what proceeds next is what my favorite sequences in the whole episode. He goes over there, finds an oxygen chain, and then he gets proceeded, and the walkers start to attack him. It was a whole scary little sequence, nice horror sequence. He gets back there, and of course he starts playing with their daughter Megan. And of course, probably my guess is that if there's a hope that he may try and stay, he needs to at least get to the daughter. Maybe they can convince her mom and her aunt and probably her grandfather to stay. So in the meantime, she just asks him about his eye patch, and all the while he also starts talking about how to play chess. And I just feels like he was explaining how to play chess and how losing all the pieces, it feels like I think he's subtly referring to how he shot up all his men at the season finale, and he's also just another side of manipulation, because manipulation because they're pawn. Some people who are manipulative, can refer to another person as a pawn, which is a chess piece on a chess when somebody plays chess. So, and anyways, while they're playing, while the governor's teaching Megan how to play some chess, Lily's their father, Lily and Tara's father die, and all of a sudden he reanimates as a walker, and and the governor just smashes his head again and again with with the oxygen tank he got from him. Very huge irony there. So he starts after that. They start digging to bury him, and then the governor tries to leave again. And then Lily tells him, "Come be part of our family. You've done so much for us." And then he sort of convinces them they need to leave. So they go take a drive, and they drive all the way, and they're driving, and then they stop for the night. And while they're sleeping, Governor starts having sex with Lily, of course, and it's like, wow, it's like another person he's starting to sleep with. So they start doing that. They start walking, driving. They start walking down which part? They come across a herd. They start running for their lives. The governor and Lily, I mean not Lily, and Megan, the little girl, they just get stuck in a pit full of walkers where the governor just defends Megan from a bunch of them. And upon that, and the episode ends with the governor seeing Martinez again for the first time in a long while. So, yeah, this episode here was all right. The thing is, this was a very slow-paced episode. So, I know the problem is I've seen slow-paced episodes on the show done far better than this. Far better. So I think this could have been done well. And again, this is not the governor turning over a new leaf. This is just him just manipulating him and he knows, even bad guys like him know that know that he cannot survive on his own, and that he just needs to have maybe he can find a new group of people he can use to attack the prison, things like that. And with him fighting with Martinez, I think he's close to fighting just that. So in the end, so I think I will have to give this a 7.5 out of 10. All right. Ready for the next one? Okay. All right. Stay tuned. Follow me for the next one.